been waiting up all night, staring at the stars so bright. These city lights, these city lights. I'm living off the noise below. It's nothing like I've ever known. But this city isn't home. Old faces are friendly, but no one ever says what they mean. And we hug and we touch. It isn't love, it's pleasantries. When everything's so beautiful, why can't I find peace? There must be something wrong with me, 'cause it's not the city. I've become the city light, so don't come with a dimmer. Don't switch off or flicker. Don't belong but I live here. I've become the city light, so don't come with a dimmer. Don't switch off or flicker. Don't belong but I live here. Maybe these city lights are guiding me home, telling me I should roam. That this place isn't for me. I need to find my home. Guiding me home, telling me I should roam. That this place isn't for me. I need to find my home. Old faces are friendly, no one ever says what they mean. We hug and we touch. It isn't love, it's pleasantry. When everything's so beautiful, why can't I find peace? There must be something wrong with me, 'cause it's not the city. It's in the reflection. Maybe it's just my projection. I'm clutching my chest. I can't find my breath, 'cause this city never sleeps, and I'll never find peace. I'll become the city light, so don't come with a dimmer. Don't switch off or flicker. Don't belong but I live here. I'll become the city light, so don't come with a dimmer. Don't switch off or flicker. Don't belong but I live here. Maybe these city
watching it all from the outside, but it's getting cold. It's getting cold out there, passing you by like a drive-by. So get ready, get set, get ready, get set, go. It's getting cold out You've been watching it all from the outside, but it's getting cold. It's getting cold out there, passing you by like a drive-by. So get ready, get set, and get ready, get set. So get ready, get set, and get ready, get set, go.
Hello guys, good afternoon everyone. How's life? How's it going? How are you guys all doing? How are you guys doing? Hello. Hey Window, hey Bossface, hey Gustamonia. Hey Dreamwater. Hello, hello. Hey Portable, hey Nick. Good afternoon. How are you guys all doing? How are you all doing? Hope it's all good. Nice weekend, hopefully. Hopefully. Nice Window, nice. The Telecon, CSC. Thank you for the 3 bus face. Hello, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The instant access to soul frame. I see, I see. Nice, nice. Is that one actually good now, though? Is that actually good? Is that one actually good now? Alright, so yeah, it was like late, but a little too late. A little later than I expected. A little later than I expected. It ended up a bit later. Kind of a little more distant now to get for me. Like I used to go from the parents' summer house to the train station, and then from train station it's like 13 minutes express train, and I was like, well, and then a little bit of a bus ride home, but like it was total like, I don't know, like an hour maximum probably. But now there is like 1 more hour on top of that, pretty much twice, like 2 hours trip basically for me now to the stream. So yeah, took some time. But I mean, that's fine. That is fine. And next week at least gonna be like more or less usual. Gonna be a couple day offs, but the non-day off days, the stream days will be just like the regular stuff, nothing crazy, and no Pipiega schedules and stuff. Shouldn't be, even though we'll see. Like I'm for now kind of like still in the planning stage, I guess, for next like Saturday. Plan to either Saturday or Sunday next week. Planning to meet with friends, and yeah, need to kind of like figure out which day is better, and maybe I even like kind of like, you know, stream for some time instead of a day off and just like finish early. But yeah, we'll see. No promises on that one yet, but I might try to make it up to you. Permanent access offers only last this weekend. There, I see. I'll see. The permanent one, then. Need to make an account then. Only this weekend. FOMO, it's time. It is time. But yeah, hello guys. Hello, sorry for late. We're just gonna do like, you know, the news recap, because Sunday, need to do that. Need to keep up with that. And just chill. So yeah, tomorrow gonna be the KCDing. Tuesday gonna be stream also. Hey, 500 hello. Absolutely. Wednesday gonna be a day of, most likely Wednesday. I need to kind of like figure out Wednesday or Thursday, but probably it's like with my friends also day off. Gonna finally meet with friends, because all this like pretty much like half a week already is just like some like fiesta, you know. First day you just like travel for half a day, then like dad also arrives, and just go grab some beer and everything. Then like, you know, Thursday try to stream, then already like, you know, go to mom's birthday, then like stay there. Friday go to the summer house, and Saturday summer house. Now today I'm back here again. So yeah, the fiesta, man, the fiesta. Now it's gonna be at least like 5 days stable here. Then it's gonna be another move, gonna be at my parents' place for like next week basically. Then back here again, so it's gonna be like, you know, all over the place. All over the place, but a little more calm, sorta. So that's kind of fine. At least schedule gonna be a little more stable, I guess. All right. Yeah, so weekend was very nice. Was a whole lot of beer and soda and barbecue, all the good stuff. Feels a good man. A whole lot of people also, a whole lot of relatives. Now need to get the same with my friends, and it will be perfect. And it will be just perfect. It will be just perfect already, but that's probably like next weekend. Then that's the plan for the next weekend. We'll get there. Not sure exactly, Saturday or Sunday. We'll update. Trying to figure that out. But yeah, Wednesday or Thursday also. Like, still too many question marks. But hopefully I will figure it out. Now it's like, you know, more people involved. And it's really hard to plan. I'm kind of already a little used to, you know, that I'm like either kind of planning things alone or with one friend. So it's kind of, you know, who's living with me literally, right? So it's kind of like way easier to actually do something and plan something. And now you just need to rely on so many people and their plans to align with yours and stuff as usual, and everyone has their own plans on you also. Like Dad already wants to get me to do a bunch of stuff together at the summer house that he can do alone. So yeah, there is always something. Well, not to mention also gonna be cat sitting like the whole next week. So yeah, already all full power back to do stuff. And the bedroom has been like so nice. Yeah, see. Yeah, the proper sound is still nice. And also a little pool there, so that was very nice. That was very nice. I'm just trying to kind of like arrange some sort of like layout for my setup here. So I can sit properly. Some like armrest sort of, you know, because sitting with my arm just kind of like hanging from the table, just, you know, only the palm being on top of the laptop and the keyboard is not that good. This way at least I kind of do have that. At least do have that. Alright, fine, let's go. I'm back to kind of like one PC setup for the game show, but well, it is what it is. Gonna get the classic Diablo soundtrack and everything like later. Like everything is working like Pipiega. I needed like the special. I need some special piece of software and stuff, you know, to access a whole bunch of different platforms. So yeah, it's a fiesta. It's a fiesta just to even have like the YouTube running and stuff. But yeah, I used one, but like it's kind of like how parse looks like. Some things access works, some things doesn't. So my friend linked me like some other solution for that. So I'm gonna set that up. Yeah, there it is. Wait, so you can just go through here? Oh, do you need to go like to the website to make an account? Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's here. Don't see no soul frames here. I see something just announced, but it actually takes a while to load here though. I'm not so sure, not so sure. I'm just announced, still loading. Good shit, man. Good shit. Radio Commander, that one was kind of nice. I remember seeing that one. Got the DLC now. Tacticon. Got Warframe Mark 1? No, not sure, man, not sure. It's one of those like very awaited dank intimidating games that you don't really want to kind of like join because it feels like it's too much shit going on there. Soulframe, if it will be good, maybe. Maybe. At least it's gonna be somewhere, you know, something new that starts. Hooded Horsen. With more bangers there. The Tacticon. Grand Strategy and 4X. The upcoming ones. And Endless Legend will be nice. That will be nice. Not anytime soon though, really. Delayed. They delayed, not much though, but still. No, there's not gonna be any more wipes, really. It's just gonna go in release like that already. A whole lot of upcoming things too. That Howl demo was pretty nice. That was pretty nice. I'm gonna get Belotry here and Tacticon. I mean, I guess you can. Kinda feels like a bit of a stretch, but you can. But I guess you can. Viewfinder. King of Retail. Is it another? No, that one. Well, or is it? It does seem like simulation, but it also has some sort of this. Actually, I guess it's just kind of like the mob view, and that's it. Some more simulation. Let's say. The sim slope continues. Continues. Rise of P 50%. Nice. Now found the Foundry is getting all the updates there. The update to Galactic Commerce. So you can kind of get like the some trading and stuff in this one too. Yeah, like some small frame drop there. What was that? So it's still pumping in early access. Kingdom Ascension, the Auto Battler. Any AI enjoyers, huh? Demo was very rare, I see. He's still. Feels like a little bit, you know, of a newer slope, I guess. Lydium, good morning. How are we doing? Seems kind of like reviews at least are kind of looking somewhat legit, so. At least some of them. Oh, the Little Fighter remaster. Remember, there was something that we didn't understand. What the fuck are they doing there? That's really nice. Feels extremely low effort and shallow, I see. The many remastered in HD. Insane. I think it was because of some AI stuff there, right? Yeah. Okay, remember now. The AI was used there. Did you just like say manually remastered in HD? AI used in the creation of certain visual assets. I see, right? I guess not everything was handcrafted, do you know? 3000 handcrafted sprite frames. So the developers working on a limited budget. Well, I mean, yeah. I'm just kind of like dropping all the negative ones instantly. Purely nostalgia purchase, absolutely no improvement. The game is worth at most $5. Character portraits look awful, the old ones without the AI slope enhancing look much better. Nostalgia bait. I mean, seemingly the nostalgia bait works pretty good though, looking at the amount of reviews. Looks like the bait did work pretty good, eh? The internet lobbies, don't have that. Don't have that. Phantom Squad, that sounds familiar. I guess it's like such a kind of like, you know, little generic name, so maybe that's why. Intense 1 to 4 player tactical top-down shooter. I mean, does sound kind of nice. On paper at least. Still just a upscale, they say. I mean, could be just like, you know, nostalgia bait, full on nostalgia bait, you know, the slope mode. Got me some tea and no mint. Only had breakfast today. But yeah, this one looks kind of nice. Some mega horrors there. Trapped in a small house, suffering from psychosis with no memory. Overcome your illness by taking medication from visitors at the right time. Taking medication from random visitors doesn't sound like you're gonna overcome any illnesses, man. I feel like you can get some new ones. And this didn't look that bad until like those models. I'm not so sure. Those models, I'm not so sure. And the demo, a lot of enjoyers. A lot of enjoyers. That didn't get a LS seal of approval yet even. Damn son, must be bad. Must be bad. I think Forsen played this one though, I saw. Let's see what do I say. Oh yeah, back to the Dawn 1.0 release now. That one actually went ham, holy. That kinda deserved though. Like demo was pretty cool. And now after all the early access and they actually 1.0 win. Fully agenda, but actually good. But actually good. Drill core is 1.0, I see. Huh? Yeah, drill core is good stuff. Drill core is really good. Like if the price is good, yeah, why not? For rogueliking, it's kind of nice. Getting Plan B before another price increase. Well, I mean, you know, do you really need to? Let's be real here. Can it wait until sale? Okay, I'm pretty sure the backlog send is massive right there. I return from core. Half the backlog is getting flushed. Damn son. You actually decided to flush a bunch. Combine, build, and explore with Monster Girl companions. Ah, there it is. That explains. That explains, dude. Why on the mostly positive though. Started out nice, then 1.0 was rushed and now it's junk. Game not ready yet. So undercooked then. Inventory got wiped. Alright, that sounds like 1.0 release, alright. Why not? Just release 1.0 and get the Mega Weeb bait. Done. Done. Pulp Adventure Thriller. The point and click stuff. Yeah, the art looks good, huh? And the assist likes there, yeah. It looks kinda already there. For enjoyers of point and clicking though, can't say I'm crazy big fan. Sometimes kinda nice though. And the robot whoops in time. Is it? Solid reviews again. They did it again. They did it again. So is this kind of like the sort of rogueliking thingy with the tower there? And just climb the tower? And that seems like the proper campaign and stuff though. Fight your way to the top floor. Playing as EDD209, holy shit. Go full roboto mode. Sì che sia. Seem like reviews are nice, so it looks like this one also doing pretty well then. Also doing pretty well. Plays a Robocop. As a robot, I don't really mind. As a guy, not so sure though. Not so sure. Major game-breaking bug. Critical bug. Huge amount of performance issues and bugs. Damn, another 25 release. Don't play by it now, it's too glitchy. Monka is... How do you do standalone expansion, like of the same game on the same engine, and you still manage to fuck things up? I think OG game was kind of alright in terms of performance and everything, right? Like, not a lot of tech issues. How did they do it in expansion then? Team B working completely. Fill up the hole. Trash and the cash in a dystopian world then. Short incremental game where you build a city, automate garbage production, and force it into magical hole for profit. Damn son. Siste USA, huh? Classic Unreal, yeah, I guess. Damn, Steve going full MLG there already. Wandering in that village there. Let's see how it is. This fucking chair. Get in. There we go. Trying to get the better position to rest my arm there. The little might and magic which one is that? Which one's that? Which one's that exactly? Need to try a different chair for this probably. So that's kind of nice, but not that convenient. Strings of Fate. Mixed reviews. On the venture, about 5 brave heroes have to embark on a journey where ancient prophecy, sword, and magic play a key role in the struggle to save the world. Looks from this perspective at least are kinda not too bad. Kinda not too bad. It's about to find out what exactly is the little part. I mean, it's early access also. You can see some weird stutters there too. Even in the trailer, I wonder if it's actual performance stuff. That does look kinda already, but let's see what is wrong then. Okay, it's not early access, more like beta test, let's see. A lot of stuff you don't understand how to do. Yes, the Russian there looks like, I see. For now, too hard to play this one. Wants to be similar to Might and Magic 6, 7, 8, but for now, unfortunately, it's more like Might and Magic 9. I see how it is. Alright, so way too raw, I guess. Alright. And the lack of the turn-based. I mean, I guess it didn't look kinda bad. If it actually will run and stuff properly, then maybe it will actually be decent. Kinda. Necromancer's Tale. Oh, it's the Mega RPG. Actually, kinda RPGing pretty good, looks like. Gonna roleplay as Insane Necromancer. Yeah, this one we seen last week, and it did look kinda interesting. And I mean, looking at the reviews, seems like it is. Wish they can animate me back from the repetitive content that bored me to death. Damn son. Gameplay mediocre, control troublesome, interface not so good. Choice meta seems like so, but not really. 9 hours, 6 chapters finished, but still can't really do anything except running around finding stuff for quests. Soft locked 8 hours into the game in chapter 4. Run the progress ending bug in chapter 4. Another one. But overall does seem kinda interesting though. Similar to Fallout Tactics out everything. Alright, that's an interesting one. Kinda doubt that's the case really. Kinda doubt that's the case. Oh, the peak is still peaking. Damn, the Wu-Chang pre-order is going insane. Really now. Really now. Souls-like Pog. the insane pre-order bonuses even. Coomer's gonna be eating good, I wonder. Does seem like it. At least soon. Well, you suddenly got quite popular there. Not so sure even. Suddenly a lot of people kinda heard about it and waiting for it. And even pre-ordering quite a lot, I would say. Spirit Veil? No, Spirit Veil I don't think I've seen. Don't think so. I haven't seen that. I will watch other plates here, I see. Colossus-based action MMO inspired by classic RPGs. Does look Ragnarokish indeed, eh? Isaac Mark, hello. How we do, man? Coming soon to early access. It could be kinda alright. The stylistically is a little kinda, I don't know. I mean, not bad, just like not my exactly jam. But I mean, overall, why not? Why not? Could be nice. Could be nice. Be something worth trying at least. Something worth trying, you know. Worth checking out. Every more DLC still pumping there. And the Definitive Stronghold Crusader actually doing good. Nice, nice. Gold Miner Classic Edition. It's insane crazy gaming right there. Like some flash game port or something. Classic arcade mining game. That's kinda seem like it, I guess. It doesn't seem like it actually even changed that much from like the Flash era. It doesn't seem like it. Oh, the King is watching releasing. When is that? Tomorrow. Let's see. This one was interesting. Maybe. Actually, most likely. I'm not sure. Tuesday, maybe? Maybe on Tuesday, because tomorrow is gonna be RPG Monday. So maybe on Tuesday I'll get this one. Maybe. Some actually proper games there. Oh, this one might be nice. We'll see. I'm gonna check it out. Probably Tuesday. Probably Tuesday then. Most likely. The True Nightmare. The Roadside Cafe. Water Slope. Haunting VHS aesthetic. Let's see. Classic. Let's see what I say. Solo made MMO. Sounds very ambitious, but I mean, why not? Maybe. A Luto. Seen this one before, right? some of the shows or something, I think. I recognize that. The loot should be a whole game about, you know, loot hoarding and stuff. That would be better name, better, you know, fitting content for the name. Shopkeeper Sim, another one. More. Oh, it's Playway. All right. They still trying to compete on this field. They still try to. Getting even more simulators going. And they don't stop coming with this. How many like supermarket and whatever simulators are there nowadays already? Control deal. Oh yeah, with the AI stuff, alright. I remember that, that one will be released then. So you need to get yourself out without making people realize that you're actually AI. Negotiate your way to freedom. Turn-based strategy game of corporate dysfunction. Let's see. Brutal John 2. The fuck? What is this? Big gaming stuff there. Join Brutal John and Brutal Dog. Yeah? Ultra violent, high old school FPS. Set in a world overrun by crypto mining technologies. And it's up to you to destroy them and reclaim control. Prepare for an adrenaline ride that pays homage to the best shooters of the 90s. Insane. Sumo streamer you watch for accused of being AI the day before yesterday then. How do you have like what do you need to do to be accused of being AI, dude? What do you even need to do? The dog nuke him, yeah. Sorta. Duke dog him. There is a guy too, looks like. Like you have Brutal John and then you have Brutal Dog, yeah? I'm not sure how exactly that works. They even got the pigs there too. Seen that before. Se just börjar se. I think vi se. Got the mega dog too. No, what exactly? Many accusations of the streamers being AI we're gonna get. I guess they're not on camera, they're just like commentating and stuff, right? So maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. Yeah, Monument Valley 3. That should be ding stuff. Not exactly my jam, but this stuff is good. And this one's good. Swords and Souls Legacy Collection. So another port of something from Flash and stuff, looks like. All 5 classic games from Soul Game Studio. Yeah, they were like doing Souls-like before it was cool. Swords and Souls, Soul Driver, Rogue, Soul 1 and 2, and The Gentleman. All of a sudden, everything's Soul, and then there is like just Gentleman. Alright, I guess. And so many hidden gems. And Ringworld DLC. That one is pumping hard. Otapon Remaster. Doing well. That's nice. That's nice. And mobile game appears in these. It's this Flash game is basically being kind of like remastered, I guess, and re-released on Steam now. Quite the classic way to do it. Quite the classic way to do it nowadays. I feel like there's more and more of those. Just kind of getting, you know, like some Flash games that people liked before back in the day. Just like port them to PC, to Steam, standalone non-Flash, I guess. Maybe some are lazy and just like using the portable Flash player to do it. And there you go, release it on Steam, and nostalgic people will buy that shit. Nostalgic people will buy that shit. What's the micropong doing actually? That looks like it's doing well. Yeah, we just saw it recently. The AI powered release. The people saying that it's even kind of worse with all this insane AI. Hyper customizable mission-based co-op shooter. Hyper customizable. Another banger from Devolver there. And Tony Cook, Pro Skater actually going into mostly positive now already, alright. So people who were not happy exactly, that's pretty much all of it is like the fourth game. Already calmed down, I guess. And suddenly it's not that bad, huh? Publisher Activision. Lost Report. Oh yeah, we saw this one before, I remember. Dark horror game. Nightshift Park Ranger. Yeah, saw this one before. Being kinda good actually there. Bricadia. Next generation brick building sandbox that gives you the tools to create and play your way. Build massive worlds, invent cool contraptions, and play in them however you like, all with your friends. They kind of like Roblox at home or something. In early access. Good reviews though. I guess not a bad Roblox at home. Can recommend in good faith for AMD architecture drivers. Then here comes the classic, man. The AMD drivers there. The AMD drivers. Yeah, the lights are still gone. But find out where to put them in this place. I will sort it out. We'll sort it out. The lamp is with me. Just not the place where I can actually plug it decently. Also kind of bright here, not sure if it will be working that good even. If it will be working that good, huh? These nuts, well, I mean, that's like somewhat similar to where they were last time. Kinda. A backyard baseball. This one didn't get like a lot of crazy popularity. So I guess not exactly all the nostalgia goes crazy. And this one at least did kind of look like that they tried with remastering it. It didn't seem like they actually tried with this one. Not the insane AI upscale there. Tuned floor 3. Is there another like playtest or something going now? No, there wasn't one, I guess. Wednesday stress test. On Wednesday, alright. One way to do it, I guess. 24th of July already released. We'll see how that goes now. And we got not the best feedback previously. That's why it was delayed. I wonder if they'll manage to fix that. Yeah, so this one before. It looks very dank. This one is doing well too. The airfield simulation where you also, plan stuff and everything. It's fully self-sufficient airfield there. You have everything arranged there. Rise in the Caribbean, the Cold War. The sun. Nostal games, yeah. Dank reviews, yeah. It's like Nostal games, from nostalgia and shit. Was there much of that? Like some flash or something there too. Adjust the port. The full Soviet Union simulation there. See how it is. See how it is. Get a little bit of mob paint in there too, I see. Let's see. Grand Flats, sold this one. Sold this one before. Anyway, no crazy hidden gems. No crazy hidden gems. No crazy hidden gems. Alright, let's get them news. I'll be just kind of like browsing and putting some of them on the screen because I didn't have time to do the notes today. Didn't have the notes time today. Hammer 40k Dawn Award Definitive Edition gets August release date with a chunky discount for anniversary owners. There it is. You actually get a discount. People are mad about Space Marine noise or something. $30% for the owners of Anniversary Edition. At least that's something, I guess. And 30 bucks for regular price. Steam and GOG. Will be compatible with over 20 years of lovingly crafted community mods. Full package contains 4 campaigns and 9 factions. Quartz Eldar, Spicy Elder, Space Marines, Spicy Space Marines, Imperial Guard, Italian Necrons, and the Sisters of Battle. Tyrannies were never released, but you have to remember this was 2004. The idea of having swarming species of high-minded purple bug aliens in the strategy game was ridiculous. Fixing some of the most egregious legacy bugs, The balance will remain the same. Plan to hang around for a bit after launch to fix high priority issues and experiment with the changes to things like flying unit behavior, unit plating, quality of life settings such as grid key presets. Integrated mod manager, improved camera, better draw distances, 4K support, and better HUD for widescreen. And that sounds good, huh? A very minor controversy going on over the new trailer, replacing a Space Marine screen. The word iconic has been used there. The iconic Space Marine scream. Here it is. We're gonna find something to complain no matter what, I guess. Alright, more them. And they got that even here. Elden Ring Night Rain's inevitable randomizer mode is here to spice up your runs with extra funky map scrambling. So that works with like the multiplayer part even. Just so like custom lobbies or something or whatever. How does that work? There's some sort of solo or something for that. How do you even make the mods like this work? Gonna be extended randomizing enemies bosses with enough in-depth placement customization. I'm not sure how it works, how the mod like that even, well in general how some of the mods that are not exactly like client-sided I guess work even, especially in multiplayer when they have other people joining. Unless there are lobbies or something that you can create the custom ones, then I can see. Otherwise I'm not so sure. European Parliament Vice President throws his support behind Stop Killing Games campaign. Damn son. Armenian MEP Nikolai Stefanuta says he signed the initiative petition to EU lawmakers. Yeah, you good shot, dude. Let's go. Voice his support for Stop Killing Games over by his Instagram story. Insane. The politicians started rolling in. Feels good. Feels good. Yeah. Did this one release? How is this one doing? I'm doing alrighty, I guess. This one doing alrighty too. Just like released and I haven't seen anything about it, I guess. Just kind of like pee poof. Doesn't seem like, you know, like a mega blast either in terms of like sales probably. Kinda sad, yeah. Alrighty, Portable, enjoy. Have a good one. Nice radius peer-to-peer, but like what if you like modded stuff, you know, and someone just joins your lobby into, not lobby, but you know, like match makes with you and your shit is like modified. How does that even work then? So there's like no like server check on things, then how like people without mod actually join in? They expect something normal, they get something weird, it's gonna like report you or something, and you get fucked after that. Alright, let's go. Now what else is there? Anything news? ZeniMax Union say they are fighting for staff left in limbo by Microsoft cancelling MMO as part of mass layoffs. Undoubtedly, a future has been stolen from many of us. Still Beagles feels bad about this, you know. Have not yet been laid off. Full statement can be found below. Alright, so they kind of like... So they're not exactly laid off, but still also don't really have anything else to do. It can happen there, Steve. Let's see. Empire Advanced Dev next game is a free-to-play tank shooter. Not sure it has a good idea. Yeah, might be not the best. Might be not the best. Yeah, yes, Dave. I guess. I guess. So while the union is still there and fighting for them, they can't get laid off. I don't think that's good for them. That's good for them. Wish they wouldn't do that. That would be good, huh? That would be good, huh? Get us the MMO, man. Get us the MMO. Give us the MMO. I need it. I need it. Alright, next. How's the Neverwinter? Enhanced collection. Next. Ooh, I wonder why. By refined camera controls, you've been just one click away from a bungee jumping off the ultimate 6.3 view into your character's balls, then yes, definitely enhanced. Feels like a cash grab. No UI scaling for 4K resolution. Unlock a borderless windowed mode. Non-functional text scrolling in character creator, particularly for spells and abilities requiring external resources. Character voices in the character creator are either mixed or non-functional. I would not recommend this at launch. Enhanced edition, a letdown. Enjoying but can't say recommend. Man, good solid release in the year 2025. Challenge a level impossible, looks like. Always all the fuck ups there. Always something. Alright. What else we have? Yeah, the Killing Floor 3 stress test. Yep, that was already. Oh yeah, this one. Valve changed Steam's rules to let banks and credit card firms prohibit certain kinds of adult-only content, according to their own rules and standards. Damn, the Coomers in shambles now. Adult content, what separates this from pornography has always been rather foggy, partly because humans in general struggle to agree on what adult and pornography really mean. Not false. Platform holders tried to enforce a no-porn approach, Not for long, not for long, I guess. Edit pornographic content out of games that range from horror sex comedies to puzzlers that are arguably far less raunchy than, say, the wham bam scenes in The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. So now it's gonna be the ISPs and the banks and stuff deciding what is too far. Arbitrary rejections of games, given companies such as Stripe, MasterCard, and PayPal are in the habit of nudging sites like Patreon or to crack down on SFW or adult material. In particular, this could lead to stifling of games that are in any way non-conforming, particularly given the current climate of repression involves home country, USA. About the rule change thanks to YouTuber and self-described former game developer Anofiel Gaiman, who has posted on Blue Sky about the potential fallout for projects banks and financial corporations consider adult because they deviate from reactionary framings of sex and gender. The YouTuber writes queer content gets flagged as explicit even when it's PG, and trans dev making personal story too controversial, surreal, queer, beyond sexualized, financial deplatforming in action. Nothing of value was lost, but still quite concerning. It's all about the enforcement. It's all about the enforcement of that stuff. Censoring stuff that isn't illegal. I think they basically just kind of like with this, they pretty much just like trying to remove the you know, like the like the censoring part and measures from themselves to like just outsource them, so they don't have any, like this team themselves don't have any, you know, like responsibilities. So they don't need it. They're basically too lazy to manage that stuff and to care about like different countries' regulations and stuff. So they just kind of like, well, you know, banks in all those countries will decide on their own what's good, what's not. So I would assume it's also going to be like, I mean, I think, hard to say though, because it's not like the banks are, you know, just like one country or something. It's also like, you know, a lot of international banks, if that one bans stuff, like will it be available in some country where that bank doesn't operate or something? Kind of not sure. If people are all the fun girls, how is that here to do with this? What does that have to do with this? But yeah, that's just like can lead to some, you know, like it's just like the, you know, like the stepping on eggshells again. Like you're making, you know, something like Witcher, yeah, right? Like with some things X scenes there or some shit, and then they're gonna be already thinking twice. You know, do we need to have that in? Can we have that in? Because maybe we'll get, you know, our shit banned because it's too much. That is weird. That is weird. Yeah, if it's not like illegal, then why not? Yeah, they already kind of had the stuff in place. Like in some countries, in many countries, you can get access to anything. That is like, you know, like the full-on Coomer games. They just can't get them in many countries. So they already had that sort of kind of sorted. Like if it's not allowed in the country, or like, you know, too dangerous to have it in the country because of some potential repercussions for Steam, like, all right, sure, remove it in that country. Why would you like remove it everywhere? Yes, they, yeah. I mean, it's also kind of weird, like, why banks? Well, I mean, I can see why banks, right, for Steam, because they're afraid that, you know, like, banks just gonna start, or like start limiting, you know, the payments, limiting the, like, the payment methods and stuff, processing, acquiring, all that kind of stuff. So they're afraid of that. So I see why, but like I don't understand, like, why is that a thing? Like why should like some fucking banks and some like financial corporate dictate what's good and what's not, you know? And that just sounds weird. That just sounds weird. But yeah, like Patreon and some other platforms already had that treatment when they started removing, you know, like the payment methods like PayPal and a bunch of that stuff from the platforms, because, you know, there's some NSFW type of content. Like an SFW, you can put anything into that, right? Like not even like some sort of like dang sex scenes, like a little bit of like, you know, a little bit of like nip slip in the game or something, boom, gone. It's over. PayPal freezes funds for this shit? Well, I mean, not just PayPal, looks like a lot of places, really. Steam doesn't have standards. Yeah, they basically don't. They basically don't. Yeah, I would assume they just kind of had problems with like some of the banks and the, like, you know, the financial companies, institutions, in terms of like, you know, processing the payments and stuff. And I mean, you can't even like, well, they can't really go against that. Maybe like in like Europe or something, they could try to get some lawsuits and stuff going about it. In my opinion, like, I mean, in my opinion, that's how it should be. Like, why would all those banks kind of like, you know, limit the type of content and stuff? Like, if there's nothing illegal, then like, who gives a shit? Like, what kind of games people buy, people sell and make? Like, nothing illegal, whatever. Don't like it, don't play it. All about censoring shit too at the moment. I thought it was kind of more like, you know, like setting the limits, you know, so like the age restrictions and stuff like that. That I think is fine. That I think is fine. I guess it's in general maybe like the vibe everywhere. A vibe everywhere. Got some freedom, got some taste of that freedom, you know. And the glorious free internets and stuff. Well, enough. The wild frontier is over, you know. Them Wild West, you know, cowboys and bandits shooting in saloons. It's all over. Time to get, you know, civilized shit going there. Subnautica 2 Studio will get their bonus, says Crafton, but it's not the 250 million promised. It's been watered down. The sweetener would include 25 million payout to be shared unequally among roughly 40 specific developers at the studio. All other workers would meanwhile get a bonus paid this year in advance on the projected 2026 profit-sharing bonus pool. Although the amounts involved for those employees isn't specified. Who's getting the big one, I wonder? Each getting different sum, most in the 6 or 7 figures. I mean, solid. We'll see where this Fiesta leads, and there might be more articles about it. Could be Steve, could be. Tim. Officially licensed Like a Dragon spin-offs made by Roblox creators may be coming. The Yakuza Roblox edition, let's go. Let's go. We'll have to stick to the karaoke a lot lower. What time to play some Roblox? Yakuza is there. Insane. Oh, that even works. Roblox Corp just announced a new Roblox license manager that will allow fellow corps to let Roblox players submit to build games based on stuff like Squid Game, Saw, and Twilight, and then split the Robux revenue these games generate between the two parties. Sega have signed up and are offering the Like a Dragon series, but not just anybody. It's like some random pleb not gonna be able to do it, at least. Alright, only the renowned creators. Next, oh damn son.
I love you guys.
And that is very nice. Oh shit, Panda. Oh, welcome back to the dungeon. Thank you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it a lot. How we do, man? How's life? How is life, man? And that put this. There's okay. See it. See it. No, it's not specifically just the games, it's the Roblox games. It's not something you go buy on Steam, it's something where you play Roblox, you know, and then you can play that shit there too. If you play Roblox, then sure, yeah, enjoy, I guess. How's it going, Panda? Thank you, man, thank you. You can short a baby in the sequel to Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator. Yeah, the Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator was dank. The best organ trading sim of 2021. It was very nice. It was very nice, actually. Play that one. Play that one. Aren't monsters, you aren't going to be trading babies. You're going to be trading stocks based on babies, which means you can short the baby. Not actually babies. We'll see. I might play that. Yeah, the organ trading sim was fun. That was like, it was a little, you know, overheat mode. Yeah, but was fun though. Free shooter Scuffed gets a 2v2 update, and if my math's correct, this makes it twice as intense as a 1v1. It's pretty nice that Scuffed is actually going ham. It's quite popular, like some people I know played. Apparently pretty good. Very simple, very basic, but what else do you need? Now you have 2v2 also. Now both 2v2 and free for all with 4 people. That's pretty cool. I can play this for free. Just go in, you know, like really a really quick match. And no hard feelings. Just to shoot with someone. Done. These guys keep pumping too. Cyberpunk 2077 Update 2.3 Motors into your life this week with new cars, auto-driving, taxi service, and more. Fresh photo mode additions and customization for your motor. And still be pumping stuff for this one too. And the studio will not stop, so they're gonna even continue. New cars also. 3 new cars in total. The game's first customizable motorbike, the Yaiba ASM R250 Muramasa. All come with small quests to complete to unlock them, so it isn't as simple as just buying from a website. A new cinematic camera. Oh, in taxi. Nice. Customizations for cars. Technical updates, FSR 4 and 3.1 frame generation support coming, but you'll have to wait for a driver update at some point soon to be able to use the former. Intel XeSS 2 and HDR10 Plus support also arrives at the update, so you can whip that all out if you've got the hardware to match. There it is. No day, more than graphics now. It's coming. Next, let's go. Oh damn, another one. Another one of these. Oblivion Remastered developers Virtuous are reportedly planning layoffs with 300 workers at risk. Virtuous confirmed layoffs affecting around 270 staff across Asia and Europe. The release, massively successful remaster and get fucked. People affected are primarily in teams facing lower occupancy and slower demand due to structural shifts in the industry. And we'll be providing separation packages, career transition assistance, opportunities for redeployment across a global network where possible. Yep, that sounds kind of like it. Done with the game, done with the project, get out. Are we successful? We made a bunch of money? Nope. Are you out? Well, actually, kind of like good question is like how much they actually did get from that. Because technically the owner of the franchise is kind of not them, they just made a remaster, so maybe they were kind of like, contracted sort of for that. And now that there is no more contracts, they just removing people who are not actually working on anything at the moment, which kind of makes sense, like holding around people that don't do anything doesn't sound optimal on the very basic level, right? But also your kind of goal, I guess, as a person who controls all this, runs the company, your goal is to, get those contracts, those jobs to pay everyone. I'm gonna think about the CEO, yeah. How's the poor guy's making money? Alright, next. What the fuck is this here? Paying Subnautica 2 team their promised bonus would be embarrassing. Krafton's CEO allegedly told the game's chief over lunch. Embarrassing. I went to lunch with Krafton CEO Kim Chang-han, who told him via translator that having to pay such an earnout would be disastrous financially and hugely embarrassing for the publisher. If Unknown Worlds released the game on its planned timeline, meaning Krafton would have to pay the earnout, it could be disastrous financially and hugely embarrassing for Krafton. Krafton later asserted that Kim never made these statements. Instead, Krafton claimed Kim's words had been incorrectly interpreted by the translators. Lost in translation then. Lost in translation. Second, there was something kinda released planned timeline. Intentional effort to avoid paying a maximum 250 million earnout bonus to the studio. I mean, could be, but also in the same time we saw the performance review, right? Sorta. That the game didn't exactly have a lot of initially planned features available. Like we read it last week, like leaked document that was confirmed actually real, and that pretty much says that the review showed that they were, you know, like missing a whole bunch of features that they planned to have on early access release, but they didn't. So the question is how real, how you know, like it's Krafton confirmed that the paper is real, but like I guess the actual devs, only publisher confirmed it, not the devs, even though they were kind of silent about it. So they didn't say no, didn't say that they didn't know about this one, I guess. So if the features weren't there, then like the embarrassing part in terms of translation, I guess, was about like, you know, if the product will be unfinished and bad, that will be embarrassing for them as a publisher, which kind of makes sense. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Just kind of like, you know, don't want to just go full corporate bad on this one and just assume by default because they're corporate, they're at fault here. Maybe not. We'll see what exactly happened there, hopefully at some point, when some lawsuits and stuff go in. Hopefully there will be some resolution in the end over that stuff. Hopefully. Alright, let's see. What else is there? What else is there? Come on. Get your rest here. Geek, hello. How we doing? What are you doing? On this setup, the hobo setup. I mean, wouldn't exactly say the full hobo mode. That will be like this kind of setup one way or another, present in many places. But yeah, just the light version. While traveling around, there's gonna be a lot of backgrounds changing. Helldivers 3 is hopefully many years away, says Arrowhead's CEO, who did not vote for Gunn. Very bought into the vision, so they're already working on it. Hints at what the future might hold for them, with the latest being that Helldivers 3 is hopefully many years away. So they already have some vision for the third game. Focusing on the here and now. We'll see. The Vision will be making money. I mean, could be. It's always kind of something like that. But I mean, for some other companies, it's not just that. At least for some companies, it's about also, you know, making a good product that will make you money, not just making money. And for now, they managed to deliver without some crazy price, without crazy budgets. It was good, huh? Let's see next. This one. What is this one then? From Software reportedly working on an unannounced game alongside the Duskbloods that could release next year. Then will it be another? Will it be some more slope to farm monies? Unless the game is delayed, it could be in line for a 2026 release. Well, that's like a report of, you know, someone. Not sure exactly how trustworthy that is. There's just way too many of those like leaks and other things going on. Because easy to farm the engagements and stuff, you know, on social media. But everyone is doing all of that, even though it ends up being completely false. But with leaks, it's even easier. You don't even need it to be really true or something. You just need to say the leak and then see, did you hit it or not? And potentially gonna get reposted a whole bunch of times. Hey Turbanist, hello. The Sekiro second game? I mean, could be. Could be. It would make sense at least to farm some successful franchises. It would be actually good. Huh? This one now. Summer Games Done Quick 2025 raises $2.4 million. Proceeds from speedrunning event will support humanitarian organization Doctors Without Borders. Pretty good, pretty good. Still going strong after all the years. Interesting. As long as it's not another soul slop. Well, this one is kind of like, you know, maybe side thing, didn't get leaked early enough. Didn't get announced ahead of time. So it could be actually like, you know, I mean, we got like what, Deracine or whatever, right? Could be, you never know. Could be something like that again. So not exactly guaranteed it is soul slop, but I mean, for now I think like this, the slope already was announced, you know, like we already got the slope announcement. Now we kind of like maybe potentially getting something a little better than slope, maybe. Oh yeah, this one. This one. Sources suggest that staff laid off at King will be replaced by AI tools they helped to create. Suggest that employees at the mobile developer who were working on level design and narrative will be affected as part of the Microsoft cuts. Which I mean kind of tracks with what people said, that like all those massive layoffs were mostly because of the AI shit. I've been let go after spending months creating tools that would build levels more quickly. Now those AI tools are basically replacing the teams. Similarly, the copywriting team is completely removing people since we now have AI tools that those individuals have been creating. See, Steve, careful working on that bot there, man. You're making someone who will take over your job. Get some kill switches, dude. Around 200 people are thought to have been laid off from King as part of Microsoft's sweeping cuts, but the same source quoted above has suggested that the actual figure could be higher. AI all over the place. He's gonna be all over the place, man. It's already happening. It's already coming. The irony here, the irony. Xbox graphics lead blasted for using AI-generated image in job advert. Xbox graphics is hiding a LinkedIn advertisement. Making AI image to try to recruit for graphics team. True. Let's see, Steve. Let's see. I'm not even gonna use the bot. And no longer needs a partner. His AI understands him best. Well, I mean that's that I think is not that's not an AI, Like if people are that far gone, they would find something else to talk to, probably. Maybe voices inside their head and stuff too. Right, Genelo? Let's see. True window, true. Next. What else? Ubisoft appoints a North American MD, Christophe Derenz and Charlie Guillemot as co-CEOs of a new Tencent spin-off. The usual stuff, like we have like the CEOs and everything, and their kid is suddenly so talented and stuff that they're instantly just becoming the co-CEO of the corporation there. CEO Yves Guillemot, father of Charlie. There it is. Strong industry expertise, deep knowledge of the Ubisoft ecosystem, and a shared culture of innovation. I like how it even Charlie and Christophe's main responsibilities will be to define the strategy and vision for the brands, create right conditions for the teams, operate at the highest level, and ensure players remain in the heart of everything they do. With Christophe's extensive operational and production experience, having launched and led the Montreal studio, he has demonstrated throughout his career his ability to do just that. All right, but you literally just all right, these two guys will be doing important work, and the guy number 2 actually has this insane list of achievements, but the guy number 1 was just kind of forgotten in this. All right. Don't have any extensive experience. He's just, he's good, dude. He's good. Questioned directly by Variety about concerns of nepotism, Charlie said, "I completely understand where it comes from, and I want to be clear about it. Yes, I am Eve's son. That's not something I hide from, but my appointment isn't only about family ties. It's about what Ubisoft needs at this moment. Spent last decade building experience both inside and outside Ubisoft, leading teams, managing brands, and navigating change in a fast-moving industry. Also made a conscious choice to step away when it made sense to learn and grow elsewhere. Well, I mean, I guess we'll see. At least there is actual experience, I guess. That's already pretty good. Technically, that's good, huh? Let's see. Next. There we go. Speaking of, 7% of games in the entire Steam library now disclose generative AI usage, study says. Is a vast increase from 1.1% just over a year ago. Well, give it some more time, man. Give it some more time. What do we have there? 1 in 5 releases so far in 2025 disclosed generative AI use. Oof. According to the report, around 60% of games with the disclosure notice are using visual asset generation. Other uses include audio generation, text, narrative generation, marketing and promotional materials, as well as code and game logic. Well, yeah, I do think that's going to be inevitable, though. In one way or another, it will be used everywhere. I do think so. Sometimes you might be, kind of like indirectly, without you even kind of like maybe even without you even knowing it or something. Like getting some sort of like tools or getting some assets or something for your game, and they just involve like the newer shit. Could be. Probably gonna be quite a lot of that too. In one case, what a time to be alive. A YouTuber raided by police for reviewing a retro gaming handhelds. A once-per nerd faces a maximum fine of around $17,000 and up to 3 years in prison. Damn, Nintendo made a call, dude. Hey Mudkeep, hello. Reviewing handheld devices with preloaded retro games. So like the ripped images of games, I assume. Customs enforcement officers from the Guardia di Finanza turned up with a search warrant earlier this year. After reviewing a number of retro handhelds on his channel, including devices from Umbernick, Palkitty, and TreeUI, Celestini was raided and his 30-plus devices seized, along with his personal phone. Also provided full transcripts detailing his interactions with the device manufacturers. I've been accused of violating Article 171 ter of the Italian copyright law, which carries a maximum fine of around $17,000 and up to 3 years in prison. Right now, Celestini is awaiting the conclusion of the investigation into him to find out what, if any, charges he may be facing. Paperwork intimates the raid is connected to copyright material from Nintendo and Sony. Who would have thought? It is possible an enforcement agency initiated the seizure independently. Never sponsored, but reviewed with the utmost objectivity, citing both pros and cons of each device. To date, Garde Finance, as a precautionary measure, is also proceeding to obscure all my social channels, thus making it impossible for me to continue to bring other content that is not the subject of this investigation. Unfortunately, this proceeding will almost certainly lead to a trial. I have already had to contact a defense lawyer, and you can imagine how many expenses I will have to face to deal with this. In my opinion, injustice, since none of my content, more than 200 videos, violate YouTube's policies. Monka is more, more eggshells that you need to avoid. Insane. Former German development studio Artix brought back to life as a publisher after 25 years, and we're starting a whole new chapter. The Piranha Bytes return. Just you wait, just you wait. Created Ankh, the Tales of Mystery, and other titles in late 90s. Was also predecessor of publisher Deck 13, which emerged from the core team of Artix Software in 2001. Initially under the name Trigger Lab, and took off as Deck 13 in 2022. Hopes to supporting these studios during their startup phase. Fair conditions, support, and business development extremely important to us when working with others. With Artix, we are starting a whole new chapter. Publisher's inaugural project will be available at Gamescom later this year, including Pithead Studios' console version of RPG Dungeon Crawler Krallon. Artix is also working with Sigma Unit, Freedom Burger Games, Borb Games, Weltenwandler, Designagentur, Sebastian Grunwald. Insane. So they're gonna be, they are like the resurrected ancient German studio publishing the game being developed by founders of another ancient German studio. All right, from the Gothic devs. The new RPG from the Gothic devs will be published by these guys. Interesting. Interesting. The maximum necromancy of the studio is there. Alright, next. Damn. The Tomb Raider. Didn't expect to see it in this context, I guess. Tomb Raider composer faces 16 months in jail over COVID loan fraud. Peter Connolly provided music for Tomb Raider Lost Revelation, Chronicles, and The Angel of Darkness. Fraudulent COVID bounce back loan. Connolly overstated his company's turnover to secure a second bounce back loan of £37,500 in 2020. 1 month after securing a legitimate bounce back loan of £22,000 at a different bank. Bounce back loans provided a business with fast access to financial support during the pandemic, but they were only entitled to a single bounce back loan. Connolly overstated his company's earnings at $150,000 to secure the second loan, which, upon analysis by Insolvency Service, were in a $58,000 range. Connolly was jailed at Durham County Court in the United Kingdom yesterday, Thursday, July 17th, disqualified from serving as a company director for 6 years. Curiously, Connolly told the Insolvency Service he'd previously been given the potentially lucrative opportunity to reimagine his Tomb Raider music, which he helped fund personally, but that this stalled when the pandemic started. Unclear what this project would have been connected to. Or repaying his debts with an individual voluntary agreement with the service. Tripled his earnings there. It looks like it. Like, why would you be in such, you know, like crazy demand of the loan buy? Not because, you know, like complete. Well, I mean, it's probably like somewhat free or near free loan, sure. But it's still loan. You still need to repay it. Like, do you really need it like here and now? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I had some like dang plans to use it. To use it somewhere. Could be. Alright, next. Next. This one is annoying to scroll through. This one can be. ROG Xbox Ally prices might have been leaked by Asus itself. Screenshot grabbed from localized Google search was suggested that the price points will work as follows. Asus ROG Xbox Ally X €900. Asus ROG Xbox Ally €600. With €900 like handheld. What the fuck? ROG Ally X released in 2023 emerged with price tag of GBP 799. Hey Sonprayer, hello. How we doing, man? So the insane handheld Xbox gonna be very chunky in price then. Forza Horizon 5 sold 2 million copies on PlayStation 5 in 1 month, it is claimed. Then performing better than any like PlayStation game ported on another platform. Looks like it. Looks like it. A Bioshock director Ken Levine says Judas is old school and has no monetization or live service. I mean, like, honestly, I wouldn't expect it from the game like that. To be live service or something. Judas is very old school game. You buy the game, you get the whole thing. No online component, no live service, because everything we do is in service of telling the story and transporting the player. Well, it didn't say anything about the DLCs, that would say. I don't see it here, so yeah. Nowadays, you kind of get praised for not doing something rather than doing something. You know, we have no blockchain, no AI used, no live service, no microtransactions, and everyone's pogging. And you know, we're also releasing game that actually works with no bugs and decent performance, and that's like instantly already mega poge. Peak smashes past 5 million copies sold in under 1 month. And they sure did go viral with that stuff. They sure did, yeah. The future is horse girls, yeah. Finisher just a remaster. I don't think it actually adds much there. I don't think it does. It includes all expansions, huh? But nothing really else, I think. And as you can see, the reviews are also not pogging much, so Yeah, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. I see some prayers say, well, the classic Obsidian. Classic Obsidian. Square Enix producer discusses Final Fantasy XVII and turn-based combat. Unsure whether the next 6 installments will be turn-based. Well, just asking your Shopee again there. Yeah, looks like it. We're drawing inspiration from Clair Obscur. Turn-based versus action tends to isolate gameplay to just the battle system. As a result, doesn't take into account what kind of game the creators want to deliver to players. A game system designed around the graphical quality and the narrative that developers wish to deliver to the players. These include battle system, game design, gameplay feel, hence it's not a clear-cut answer whether it will become all turn-based or if it's going to become more action-based. Not necessarily going to be on Final Fantasy XVII, that's why they do not wish to obstruct or limit the future director or producer of Final Fantasy XVII and XVIII by promising turn-based or action-based combat. Well, at least they kinda not sure. I guess. And why return to turn-based? In my opinion, it actually makes more sense to return to turn-based and make different other games with non-turn-based combat. That makes a little more sense in my opinion. Honestly, like if you want to kind of like keep working on some sort of like Final Fantasy or whatever, it makes sense to continue the numbers going up in the same vibe, and then make something on the side that is with different vibe, in my opinion. Because, you know, it's just more logical from any perspective. Like, you kind of like have a sequel, you expect to have the same stuff going, right? And that's part of the reason why people like sequels. You want something different? Well, I mean, that's gonna be like something, you know, Final Fantasy something with no numbers, for example. Always changing things around, wish they would experiment more. Well, I mean, technically, when you're already like, you know, almost like, well, 16 already games deep, yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you should, but why can't you experiment? Like you can experiment like in the frame of the same major decisions, like turn-based or real-time. You can do like a lot of shit with turn-based. Like look at Clair Obscur, for example, which I, for example, not a big fan of that twist specifically of the QTE shit, right? But you can do something else. You always change something. You can keep changing something, just like change it in like without changing the main like big things, in my opinion. Innovative and end up following the formula. I mean, I don't know which other examples we can technically like use even for that are like really long going. Hard to say. I mean, look at all Nintendo does. They just kind of like, yeah, Yakuza did switch. God of War. God of War, I would say not as drastic of a change. Kinda, but like at least the general gist is the same. Like Yakuza probably works, yeah. Assassin's Creed games, I don't think they ever... Okay, fine, they did like change, but again, like turn-based real-time is like such, you know, like massive like change in like audience and like how you perceive the game. Like God of War change, for example, it was big, but like not really like something that would, you know, completely like make you like, nah, this is like dog shit. Because I feel like turn-based real-time is such a like different, you know, like levels and different audiences that can actually like be like, you know, make it, you know, or break it basically a thing for some people, in my opinion. But like if you want to continue, like in my opinion, it makes more sense to kind of like the mainline games to stick to kind of like the formula that is already tested. I mean, look at what fucking Nintendo does, and that works for them already for so long, and just like pumping all those Marios and everything and other things, and everyone is just eating it up, and they're happy. And they're happy. And then you kind of have like, you know, those established franchise games, but like for everyone, for their taste, right? Like you have like some like Princess Peach spin-off, right? For example, and you have like spin-off for pretty much every character, and they play differently. There you go. No problems. Then there's more innovations every 3D Mario than the majority of franchises. Well, as I said, like they innovate without switching like the kind of like the core by the big amount, right? The core is still kind of 3D platformer. Yeah, sure, it gets like some like, you know, bells and whistles there, but it doesn't go like turn-based all of a sudden or other way around. And that I think is kind of big change. Yeah, it's like something that just kind of like can split the audience. Because like from what I remember, why they did it real time, well, what actually like the Yoshi P even mentioned, right? Like we kind of want to get new audiences. Like we already have enough people, you know, in our audience who enjoy the turn-based stuff, so we just want to reach towards the new, you know, generations, towards the new demographies and stuff. So we're gonna change the game and just kind of make for a lot of our like OG fans, make it kind of bad for them because, you know, they liked it probably partially for turn-based. Final Fantasy, well, that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about right now. You can change platformer only so much, but when they want to change something into something else, they just make it into a different game. Like you have, you know, Mario Kart, you have fucking Mario Party, you have all this like the fucking Luigi games, you have like, I don't know, like Mario World, Mario RPG, all that stuff, you know. So you have all of them different, but you always also kind of, oh, I just want to play like the good old platformer. And every once in a while, there will be another good old platformer from them, and they still manage to kind of make something that is like, you know, a little new, a little refreshing. Like you're not buying exactly the same shit that you bought like 20 years ago, except for like kind of like characters and style and stuff, right? Everything else is quite different. Which also, now that we're talking about it, right? They did the spin-off with Mr. Chaos, right? The John Chaos was there, real time, actiony. There you go. You want like Final Fantasy, but something else? Well, there it is. I guess it's kind of like harder to make like spin-offs of Final Fantasy because Final Fantasy doesn't have some sort of like persistent story, right? Like it's like all those numbered parts of the series that they're not even connected. So like how you spin off something that doesn't even have like, you know, some sort of core, well, except some things that kind of happen and persist in every game, right? Like some characters, some like terms and stuff like that, names. But other than that, everything is, you know, different every game without the connection to previous ones. So that's kind of harder to spin off. But I mean, they did with John Chaos, I guess. So I would say that's actually kind of how it should be. Like, want some actiony stuff? Well, yeah. There's John Chaos. Make something else. Alright, next. Resident Evil movie director won't focus on lore. People are going to come for the online. Wonka is not going to be completely obedient to the lore of the games. And no matter what he does, people are going to come for him online. I mean, he's not false there. No matter what you do, they're gonna shit on you. And the director will be happy with the movie and hopes others will be too. Explained that he's a gigantic Resident Evil game fan. Played all the games in the series and isn't sure how many reruns he has had with Resident Evil 4. Clarifies he's definitely not trying to be completely obedient to the lore of the game. I'm going to try and tell a story that just feels authentic to the experience you get when you play the games, and doesn't think he's breaking any major rules. However, he's aware that no matter what he does, people will inevitably come after him online. Which is why he wants to make a really good movie and tell a story that is compelling. I'll see. Next. Next. Oh, there we go. Microsoft cancelled a Blackbird MMO to focus on Fallout, it is claimed. Microsoft and Bethesda appear to be all in on more Fallout games, whereas Sock was like dreaming about it. He was constantly dreaming about it. Now cancelled the Blackbird MMO. Microsoft had to decide if they wanted to continue spending money on a game that may or may not compete with games like World of Warcraft, or would the money be better suited focusing on an established franchise? It was a case of trade-offs, and that the program to expand Fallout 5 and just Fallout in general, but that's where they decided to make the investments and where the money will be translated into more of a surefire win. And Scrolls 6 next. I mean, it should be. Fallout probably not gonna be in the line there. They still have like years of Fallout 76 farming. I would say. If anything, considering they kind of like already like prolonged and extended the Fallout show for like fucking seasons and seasons. I don't remember, like they mentioned like that there's like, you know, like I don't know, 5 seasons or something there. Like it's kind of greenlit already even probably. So I would assume it's just gonna be like, you know, farming 76 with like some collaborations through all the seasons. And maybe when there will be some sort of, you know, like final season or something, they're just gonna like drop like, you know, like actual Fallout 5 and get some like more like tie-ins with the show or something to just go with, you know, like some mega collab sort of. The owl jump scare there. To get some like mega collabs and sell it well. Next to the Scrolls in like 2030? Nah. It will be soon. Like they're not gonna have like some big, you know, gaps in the releases still. Like that one is gonna be the next one in line. It's already being worked on. It's still gonna take some time though. It's still gonna take like all their lineup that they leaked. It is all delayed by a few years, so it's still gonna take some time. I mean, they still promised another DLC for Starfield, so I don't know if it's gonna be completely dead at the moment. But it's probably some like, you know, the Team B or something. 2029? I mean, could be. I don't know. I do think they might even do it a bit faster. They might. And they might... Because what else? What else? They got everything out of the way now. Even Indiana Jones, which is not exactly directly them even, still is already done. Done and dusted, so now it's only something new. Like Fallout 76 is basically a completely separate team at this point that already like farms content, you know, for years for it and gonna keep going. And the main team is not really participating, I would assume, that much. And yeah, they also kind of need to work on the Fallouts faster because like they really want to farm the show kind of like, you know, connection, because like Fallout 76 farmed like crazy when the show dropped. It was like the first season, right? It was the new show, so like the hype was way too dank, and it's not gonna be that high probably for any future season. I mean, could be kind of on the similar level maybe. And they will need to, you know, to have some like really good content there to not make it kind of like drop the interest. So we'll see. It'll be interesting to see what they're gonna do with it though. It would be interesting to see. Yeah, with the show where they're gonna take it and what they plan to do with like the Fallout. I mean, it's Bethesda though, so I'm kind of like I don't really believe it'll be anything good. Not gonna lie. And where the next season of the show is going, I'm actually even kind of like low-key a little kind of afraid that they might just kind of like, you know, do some fuckery with the lore of one of the best Fallout games. And that will be bad. That would be bad. Also, like if you're talking about this shit here specifically, then like it was ZeniMax Online Studios, right? It's not exactly Bethesda even team. So where they could send these guys, they could put them to Fallout 76 because they're already working on online, right? So like just improving the Fallout 76 with a team that already runs MMO for a while, right, and was developing new one would make sense. And another thing that might happen, and what kind of Fallout they're talking here, not exactly Fallout 5, but it might be like some Fallout spin-off game that is being worked by some other of the Microsoft studios. And since it's also not Bethesda exactly, they could just, you know, like combine a couple of side studios just to make another, like a spin-off. Now they would use these guys for remasters, so it's probably maybe some spin-off, like New Vegas 2. Like New Vegas 2, if they would, for example, right, like dropping something like that together with like the Fallout show second season that will be basically in Vegas, right? Like that would be massive. Are they capable of releasing it that fast? I'm not so sure, man, unless it's like in the works for a while. There were some rumors already a long time ago, but like, I don't know, I don't think so. I don't think they would be able to kind of completely, you know, kind of keep it low for that long. Starfield 2 to ever be a thing? I kind of doubt it. It depends, because if it was actually, you know, like the child of Todd, then I think after Elder Scrolls 6, Todd said he's gonna retire or something, and I assume without, you know, someone who actually like pushes that game through, then that just gonna like, you know, die completely. Story already written. Well, I mean, it's not even Todd writing. It's probably the infamous Bill Pagliacci, you know, the Pagliarulo. I don't know. Maybe if Todd would be writing them, that would be actually kind of like better. Not good, but better at least, you know. At least. Alright, next. And next. The Mafia the Old Country devs removed open world because of Mafia 3. I blame Mafia 3 for falling short of expectations. Hangar 13 President Nick Baines repeatedly mentioned his team's desire for players to finish this prequel story. With that goal in mind, the latest Mafia game turns back the clock chronologically and in game design as well. Mafia 3, though very good, went full open world, and the developers seemed to feel similarly about it in hindsight as players did, and it just didn't fit Mafia well. Yeah, do kind of like whatever he posted on different matters and topics, he seems kind of like a bit delusional there. I don't know. Like I don't actually like. I can't really think and find anything actually good in terms of like fighting in any recent Bethesda game, like whatsoever. Like I feel like a lot of people probably there in charge, they just misattribute, you know, the success of their games to them making them. While in fact, I think success of many of their games is on modders fixing them and making them better, honestly, in my opinion. Like, because I think at the best they are kind of mid, a lot of them, especially if we take, you know, like story. Like gameplay is actually kind of good and stuff, absolutely, but like story, no, not at all, not at all. I think even like kind of like, you know, maybe like sounds kind of hot, but even the hot take, but like even Morrowind story is like nothing crazy. Like world is good, gameplay and everything's good, like a lot of lore, like, you know, around the game is good, but like the main quest, for example, and stuff was dog. Like not bad, but like it wasn't any revelation. And in other games, I think it only got worse after that. Yeah, the side quests are the best, and I feel like it's probably because like the side quests are handled by other people, like not, you know, like the main writer who's writing all the main quests, but like by people who are actually kind of like maybe even like, you know, like the one person writing one quest, just they had cool idea and they decided to put it in. You know, about gameplay of Morrowind being good, I think it is. I think it is. Like a lot of people kind of like shit on it, but like even as someone who didn't have any nostalgia mask and who played just like a few years ago on stream, I think it's good. I think it's good. The fun part is like the gameplay in like Oblivion, for example, is the same. Like they just managed to mask the things that were people hating about the Morrowind with like all the misses and everything. They just kind of like changed the system to still keep all the misses in, but now at least it kind of does seem like you're not exactly missing, you just do like really low damage. And then at some point, boom, good damage. And that's exactly missing and hitting pretty much. Like nothing changed really. They just like made it a little kind of like user-friendly, you know. The illusion that you actually kind of hit every time, but in fact, like, not all of those hits are equal, you know. So I think the gameplay was actually kind of nice, in my opinion. And like Fallout 4 gameplay, for example, is really good. Like all the customizations and everything you can do on guns and stuff, right? And like the shooting itself and stuff, it was good. Everything else was not, though. Everything else wasn't, though. Same in 3. Some side quests were good. In 3, actually, the side quests were good. In 4, I can't really remember. Like, the only thing I can remember that was actually kind of good is the DLC. One of them. Everything else, in main game, I don't even remember what was good. Like, which of the factions, for example, had some cool quests. I don't remember. Oh, finished 3? Let's see. I did all on stream, and like a lot of side quests are actually kind of nice. But like the main quest is so like weird that like a lot of side things you're not even gonna find unless you're looking for it. Like the main quest is so kind of short and so scuffed that you just can miss like most of the cool stuff in the game. too much of a parody of a Fallout game. It's actually kind of funny because a lot of people consider it the other way around. And I can agree with that actually. Like it was at least like stylistically and by atmosphere, it was like really good in terms of like being Fallout, because you have like, you know, actual kind of like very gloomy, you know, like sort of world, all the ruins and stuff, like undergrounds. And then you have like New Vegas even, that is kind of like all already like way too positive, I guess, in a way, you know, way more colorful and stuff, which kind of makes sense, like for so many years of like civilization, right, with NCR and other factions, when they have like, you know, presidents flying on vertibirds and stuff. It kind of makes sense that after, you know, like few hundred years, they're already gonna have some form of civilization going, right? But yeah, the spell creation, like there is a lot of good things in Morrowind in general. For its even nowadays, but for its age back then, like it was super good. It was super good. But the main quest, for example, wasn't the strongest part, honestly, in my opinion. It had some like good like mimetic characters and stuff, right? It had something that to remember it for, but it wasn't exactly something, you know, it wasn't exactly the peak RPG. Splitgate 2 analysis condemns $400K influencer campaign, tone deaf messaging. We did the analysis. A report published on LinkedIn as Streamforge's co-founder, Nick Lombardi, took a deep dive in Splitgate's 2 marketing and release window. Traced out the full life cycle of Splitgate's 2 promotional phases, including immersive experience arranged at Gamescom 2024 that saw thousands of visitors show up. A good work was undone when Ian Prolx took the stage at Summer Game Fest, but the team attempted to live and learn and lean into the community to shore up some of the damage. I don't think him wearing the cap make you know, FPS great again did like that much of a hit on the game. I don't think it changed anything, to be honest. I don't think it did change anything. There were like some people who complained about it, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I think the problems were elsewhere. On Twitch and YouTube, Lombardi estimates that 1047 Games could have spent $408,000 on influencer campaigns. Here's how the numbers were broken down. Let's see. Overwhelmingly concentrated on Twitch, which received 83.6% of the total investment, despite generating less than 20% of total views. YouTube videos received 12.8% of the budget, while YouTube Shorts captured just 3.4%, despite generating nearly 5 million views. Well, I mean, the short views I wouldn't really count that much. TikTok received zero investment despite generating over 7 million organic views, representing a significant missed opportunity. Let's see just about it. Say, maybe it's time. A mixed reception of the game is what caused dampened creative enthusiasm for Splitgate 2. Despite not sponsoring megastars to play Splitgate 2 at launch, 1047 Games still invested a wedge in influencers. It appears that it might not have paid off, given the later in June layoffs were made at the firm. The problem is like the Splitgate 1 already was something that just kinda, you know, appeared, was around for like a few months. Thankfully managed to make them enough money to, you know, to start the second game, but like no one like really needed the second game because first one already died, and I didn't see anything like much different from the first one anyway. So like I think it was kind of destined to be there. It's just that they were hoping, I guess, to like ride the wave with the content creators again, and that clearly didn't work. No amount of influencer marketing can compensate for poor product market fit and tone-deaf messaging. Technical execution was solid, but it was ultimately marketing a product that had alienated its core audience in pursuit of mainstream appeal. Hello. I agree on one hand. Yeah, it would be better to spend more money on development. But the thing is, nowadays, at least these guys kind of known, right? Because they had Splitgate 1 that people know about. So they would get some audience because people know Splitgate 1. But the problem is, nowadays, without marketing, no one's gonna fucking find you. You can make the perfect game. I mean, Among Us, like the best example, right? I couldn't say perfect game, but good game. And it was dead in the water for like, what, year or two? Until fucking Soda basically decided to like play it with friends, with other streamers, and yeah. Suddenly, everyone realized how cool that shit is. And it made a lot of money. And it got like basically creators of the game now to like run, you know, the whole fund to help indie developers. Just like handing out, you know, pretty much somewhat free money. And that was absolutely dead in the water without marketing. They just kind of like, you know, the pure chance, you know, actually played the game, I guess. And that made, you know, a difference. That's just how it is in many like fields, not just games and stuff. Content with streams and influencers themselves. Like if you don't have some sort of like, you know, marketing for yourself, some sort of ways to network, ways to kind of get yourself out there, no one's gonna find you. Like no matter what you do, you can make some like super dink insane shit and no one's gonna even like know about it. Better games. I don't think they even like won it. Like I feel, considering how fast they decided to make a sequel and stuff, and what happened with the first game, that they just wanted to kind of like just, you know, they thought they found some sort of like system that they can just replicate. They got like the first game to go viral, so they're like, oh shit, we know how to make viral games now, so we're gonna make another one. Because first one died like right as soon as content creators peaced out and stuff. First game just died. Like, I think they were doing some updates, not sure, that I wasn't following too much, but I think they were still doing something about the game, but it just died. People just like stopped playing pretty much, like instantly. From like millions, they just got like to like nothing. So they decided to kind of, you know, let's repeat the system, make another viral game. That's it. Simple as. Didn't work. No, they're actually going ahead with this even more. No, really now. Everyone like that. Fallout 5 has been fully greenlit, it's claimed. Well, I mean, remember how many years ago Elder Scrolls 6 was shown as a trailer, and I'm pretty sure it was greenlit like before that either, so that kind of means nothing. A one-page outline in the scope of Fallout 5, and that's it. The multiple Fallout projects are in development. I mean, remasters are coming, for sure. For sure. But this will lean into multiplayer once again. I mean, why? You already have Fallout 76. Why do you need more multiplayer Fallout games then? Why? Alright, next. And next, let's see. Like repeating things that we already covered earlier. Already stuff that is repeating. Come on, scroll in. Like dog ear and this source that you need to go through, scroll through. That's why I do notes every morning, but yeah, today was a little busy, so I don't take time fishing for something actually decent. Come on. The Lollipop Chainsaw franchise is getting several new projects. The remaster even did that well. I mean, I guess kinda. It did alright. And new projects for the Lollipop Chainsaw IP. Several new projects, alright. Cross-media development of IP, and then the shows and stuff come in, I guess. Sell more than 1.5 million copies cumulatively, so it's also with the original, not just the remaster. I mean, we'll see. I haven't really heard about it like that much when it was released. I don't even remember this one. Controversial achievement. It's probably just kind of like some little stuff there anyway. And this one features that achievement. Which one was that? I'm gonna take a peek under protagonist's skirt. Alright, that one. That one. Damn, that's so controversial, dude. Insane. Told you, dog, eh? Very controversial. There's like a whole bunch of that stuff in Nier and everything, for example. For example. More. About this one. Sucker Punch director would love it to work on more infamous but can't. Why? One game at a time. Yeah, because of the Ghost of Tsushima now. Would love to see a trilogy release, but Sucker Punch is a one game at a time shop, and right now we are very focused on finishing Ghost of Yotei. I see. It's a little more profitable to farm then, I guess. I'm never lucky. Isok, hello. How we doing, man? How's life? Next. The fuck? Last week that was 100,000. GameStop's Switch 2 stapler sells for $250,000 at auction. People, I swear, would just like buy anything. I'm buying anything Nintendo, especially, I guess. 250,000 for this shit. In Hawaii, yeah, sorta. Been the weekend, I guess you can say. Yeah, the stapler that was stapling the Switch screens. There were some dang GameStop people who were stapling the boxes the way that they were stapling the screens actually. And now that meme stapler is being sold, Will it switch charity? I mean, probably. Will it? I mean, still, yeah, children's charity. So that's nice. That is nice, but still 250,000 for that. I mean, I guess it still goes. But you move here, go back. Still a lot of monies. Alright, next. And the special stapler is on dogshit Nintendo packaging. I mean, I guess. And when the Square Enix board talks about some Roblox games there. Former Square Enix boss calls the Roblox Grow a Garden somewhat evil. Monka is in an interview. A viral Roblox title Grow a Garden. As mentioned earlier, Novak described the game as somewhat evil and he had some points to share why he thinks so. The evil part is relevant to how the monetization has been implemented, and the ex-Square Enix boss stated that he played Grow a Garden for several hours. Then during that time, there were several times he was asked to pay to make his progress faster, including helping with growing certain plants and also stealing from other players. What I buy? My grandma's place. Novak first discusses how in games like Roblox you can set a price point. However, the evil part is the relevant how monetization has been implemented. Alright, this one. This type of monetization is very similar to how mobile games work. That is very close to pushing it towards the edge, and the edge is not very dissimilar from gambling. And then they just like link a bunch of their own guides about the game. Nice. The insane monetization. Super monetization there. And next. What else is there? This one. It's almost done. This almost done. Netflix is doubling down on its gaming investment. quite small compared to its other content investments. So they're gonna go ham there still. Asked about near-term monetization opportunities within gaming. It is explained that they look at near-term monetization opportunities in gaming, similar to how they assess other new content categories. It is also explained that adding more value to their offerings helps increase user acquisition, retention, and willingness to pay. Hence, it drives all of the sort of core fundamentals of their business. They will ramp the investment for Netflix gaming, as that's quite small compared to their overall content investments. At the same time, company wants to remain disciplined in not investing too far ahead of demonstrating that we know how to translate that investment into value for our members. All about the members, the value. Yeah, they did. I mean, not even one, I think, or something. Didn't get some layoffs and stuff. I mean, it's the mobile shit anyway, mostly, so nothing surprising there. Nothing surprising there. Oh, damn. Who would have thought? Ubisoft says monetization makes the player experience more fun. I mean, it's so fun to spend money, dude. It's so fun. Ubisoft's group business model and strategy. Page opens with a note that Ubisoft is a leader in the video game industry that stands out thanks to unique production organization. Damn, son. Adoption of monetization and engagement policies that respect the player experience and are sustainable in the long term. At Ubisoft, the golden rule when developing premium games is to allow players to enjoy the game in full without having to spend more. Our monetization offer within premium games makes the player experience more fun by allowing them to personalize their avatars or progress more quickly. However, this is always optional. I love spending the monies, dude. Safety and well-being of our players are top priority, and we do everything we can to protect their data, provide safe and enjoyable gaming environments, guarantee responsible monetization mechanisms. Through the code of conduct, the group is committed to adopting a fair and transparent approach to monetization in gaming, offering fun, engaging, and immersive gaming experiences while ensuring the safety and well-being of players. Ubisoft's monetization strategy aims to enrich players' gaming experience by balancing two main pillars: optionality and fairness across all genres. And just be quietly greedy. Well, I mean, it looks like that's some sort of like terms of service or something, wasn't it? Yeah, it's the universal registration document, 400 pages. So yeah, it's kind of not exactly super public. It's just like some people did find it. Some people did find that stuff there. Most of MMO devs also say when they have boosts and shit. I mean, sorta, yeah, basically. It's kind of like, you know, option to skip a bunch of things and speed things up. Which I still think, like in MMOs, that's one thing that's somewhat kind of fine. Even though I also kind of... That means that the whole game built the way to create obstacles, so you can, you know, pay to get over the obstacles. Which in MMO is still kinda could be alright. That stuff is like grindy, that's kinda normal. In single player games, that's just weird. If you're already adjusting the whole game design to make it like more, you know, tricky to deal with. And just to sell you, create problems to sell solutions, that's just weird. 2K Sports plans standalone college basketball game. Oh, probably saw the results of the college footy game. Now everyone wants to get that going too. So now we're gonna have like all the sports games, and then we're gonna get, you know, like the college version of every sports game on top of that, and all of them every year. Oof. The milking, dude, the milking. Battlefield 6 reveal coming soon as creator leak a promotional care package in coming weeks. I mean, I would kind of expect it on opening night live in the Gamescom one, but that's a little too early. There's like a whole month ahead still. Feels a little early. Supposed to release this year. Gamescom still seems fitting. Well, I mean, it's too early then for them to send. I'm not sure. Last one was Gigaflop, yeah. That's why they apparently like got like a shitload of people working on this one. They got like a bunch of other studios from Electronic Arts also to work on it. Like they basically kind of, you know, it's kind of like this like Hail Mary in a way or something. Like they want to make something to fix the reputation and everything. We'll see what's gonna happen though. But I mean, if they really want to, I feel they can make it. I feel like they can make it. Let's see. Oh yeah, there was like a bunch of this shit there. True. Time for a bunch of question mark articles, looks like. Ubisoft CEO thinks Star Wars Outlaws failed because the brand was less popular. Yes, si deve essere. For Star Wars Outlaws, we didn't reach our sales targets. The game suffered from a number of items. First, it suffered from the fact it was released at a time when the brand that it belonged to was in a bit of a choppy waters, and the game had a few items that still needed to be polished, and they were polished and debugged in the early weeks, but it did affect sales volumes. I did heavily improve the game by troubleshooting and debugging, and when it will be released in upcoming consoles such as Switch 2, it will be the new version of the game. The IPs in the gutter? No, I don't think so. Like, I mean, it wasn't like in general there was like a bunch of like good shows and stuff, right? Like a bunch of like there were some decent movies too. There was kind of like not a lot of games in the franchise, sure, but if anything, that's a good thing. You would get like a lot of people, like there was a lot of people I think who were just buying because it's Star Wars. Like they just enjoyed it automatically because it's Star Wars, even despite all the issues. So like I don't think it's like obviously not on the peak of popularity, but seeing a lot of the movie from the new ones. Well, I mean, I don't follow the universe like nowadays, especially with all this, which is the movie, which is the show there. But like the show Endor, right? I guess that one was like so popular that it basically like resurrected fucking Battlefront 2 out of the dead, to the point that it got in like the sales tops, it got in the Steam DB, you know, daily players and everything. And Twitch again started playing it. Just one good show. So I don't think it's not popular, man. I really don't think so. I really don't think so. That was absolutely atrocious. Like I just don't think that, you know, like bad show doesn't really kill the interest of someone in the universe. Like if you know, like Fallout 3 or 4 would kill my interest to Fallout completely. Like no, I still love Fallout as a universe and stuff, right? Like it didn't change. It's just maybe like the acquisition of the new fans is slowing down, right? And the old fans maybe not as like bogan about it. But I think, like, you know, the Star Wars enjoyers, like they kind of stay that way, kind of in a way, at least for a while. All right, let's go. This is I guess the corporate example there. Ubisoft's out-of-touch shareholders think Valorant will steal sales. Oh, who? During question and answer segment of the recent general shareholder meeting, Investors stood up and unleashed an almighty fury upon Yves Guillemot and Frédéric Duguay. I'm unhappy with catastrophic share price, minus 40% over 10 years. I'm very disappointed with everything we've been seeing of late. I got real concerns. I don't recognize Ubisoft that I once knew in the past. How is that? Head of HR saw nothing. We operate in these buildings, so how is that didn't stop it? How is it that nothing was seen, nothing was done? How can we tackle increasing prices? The fact that we have gamers that are becoming more demanding. Recent allegations, yep. Already not allegations, dude. That's literally like those guys were convicted and yeah. Like after the court and stuff. That ain't allegations anymore, brother. That ain't allegations. The court got them. But that's not allegation anymore. Star Wars enjoyers are like Harry Potter fans in a way. In a way, I would say maybe a little like less rabid fan base, but they are pretty strong there. The company was not found liable for any of the claims made against the company for misconduct. I'm extremely sorry for what occurred and we put in place. The second we heard additional systems and additional mechanisms to ensure that information could be reported more effectively such cases. Keeping a very close eye. Alright, sure won't happen again. Placated shareholder moved on to the next topic, perhaps revealing a chink in his armor when it came to the depth of his knowledge of games. About competition, there is a game that a lot of people have been talking about, Valorant. A lot of people have said good things about it. And I would just like to know what you think of it. Is there anything good that Ubisoft could learn from that? Really, what's your opinion on this game? It seems like all gamers love it. If they love it, that means it's going to be a drop in sales for Ubisoft. So what's your take? That brother of mine is a little out of touch there. I mean, they like... If that would be like in context of like talking about X Defiant, for example, but that already is dead, so I don't know. I guess because of the siege, could be. What we're doing is we're looking at different operators on the market for multiplayer games, for the first-person shooter games. If you look at Rainbow Six and other games of that 15 of that same ilk, it's exactly what we're trying to do. Valorant is a top 5 game, Rainbow Six is a top 15 game, and what we want to do is have that in the top 10 and top 5 eventually. Something that we can learn from Valorant is that we've enhanced the overall offering of our game. Why specifically Valorant? No idea. I guess because it's like somewhat recent. I mean, it has operators and stuff kinda too, right? Like character-based shooters sorta. I don't know, maybe. Maybe. Ready or Not sells 1 million units on console in under 4 days. That turns out the censored versions are not that big of a deal, eh? An exclusive Battlefield 6 reveal will be July 31st in a Code Next style event. Call of Duty Next style event. What was the Call of Duty Next style event? Something that they had like with the as a part of Xbox show or something. A newer game attracts people who want to try it. I guess. Next. Alright, basically pretty much done. Alright, this, let's see. One moment. Let's see. There was something else posted there. One moment. Can you load in? Discord. Do the thing. Let me check. I'm not missing. Alright, the stuff already had. Alright, yeah. Good, good. Last one then. Last one then. Oh yeah, the THQ one. Soon. 1st of August. 1st of August is Friday, right? I think it should be fine. I think it should be. I think it should be fine. As in, I will be streaming probably that one. We'll see. Like, second, I'm going to the summer house for sure. But first, should be fine still, I think. We'll see, we'll see. Alright. Last bits there. Rainbow Six pro player facing kidnap and brutal torture allegations. Then insane esportsman there. Part of group that kidnapped and transported and tortured a man in Tokyo over 3 months. Then the insane Yakuza esports dude. Detained by Tokyo Metropolitan Police Department, and it has been reported that they either remain silent, have outright denied all charges levied against them. Wonka is... They racked up almost $200,000 in winnings. Awarded MVP. Reported that the group kidnapped and confined a man in Tokyo for 3 months, relocating him several times as they periodically tortured him. Reported that the group had a dispute with the victim over construction costs, and in a bid to get more money out of the man, they allegedly beat him, poured boiling water over him, hit him with a hammer, and stabbed him with screwdrivers. The report goes into further detail, claiming that the group pressed a hot frying pan against the victim. Wonka is insane side hustle, you know, there. The hustle culture and the Sigma grind set. By day, you know, you esport. By night, you also kidnap and torture. Gonna get the income maxing, you know, the income maxing you need. What a guy! What a guy! Esports does to a motherfucker. I mean, he playing Siege, you know. Probably goes insane from that. Valorant already stealing popularity from the game. See, like esports people in Siege already like looking for alternative sources of income. You know, like Valorant is stealing everyone. So gonna find some hustles on this side. Am I shocking the whole bear? I don't know even. I think I have any like shocking ones. I don't think I have any shocking ones. I mean, it's simple. I don't even have time for any hobbies really, to be honest. Whatever I do on stream. In those stream I prepare to stream mostly. Or rarely play some games or watch some shit. That's it. I'm making food. That's what I'm gonna do now. Hey Warfare, hello. How we doing, man? Cozy Sunday. Feels good. Feels good. Yeah, about to finish. Like, dude, this weekend was like, well, I lost like half a week, you know, when the travel started, and all the way until now, I just like didn't like sleep much. I'm already kind of like sitting, you know, like, you know, trying to focus. gonna be some mega sleep today, that's for sure. No plans tomorrow, finally. Like one day, well, not one, it's gonna be actually like a couple of days at least with nothing happening, and I just gonna be streaming, and I just gotta be chilling in the free time. Except I still need to go to the store in the morning, I guess, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's get back into routine, yeah. Well, no routine anytime soon though. There's gonna be like different routines every week pretty much, because like next Friday I'm gonna be like switching places again for a week, then returning here again. until like end of August, basically, until the end of August. I already got the flights and stuff back, so until like 25th or something, I am here. So you're gonna be like still a bit all over the place, but yeah, like still testing. Give me like the feedback on like the setup stuff and everything. This is gonna be like, so pretty much I got like backpack with like 7.5, 8 kilo, and that's everything like I need for streaming. So technically, I just need like to pack like some clothes and everything in some suitcase. So I feel like I will be able to minimize my, you know, like setup and everything, the shit I carry with me, to like one suitcase and the backpack. That would be perfect if that's the case. The downside is like the microphone is, you know, like not the dankest, but I guess good enough. And yeah, it's only one PC setup, so it's a bit of downsides, one laptop setup, but kind of works. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna be testing it more. Tomorrow we KCD RPG Monday. Tuesday, the King is watching probably on Tuesday. Maybe some other games I need to like dig through my emails. Also didn't really have time to do it in past like half a week. Some things to deal with in the morning. I also like really behind on highlighting VODs. I'll need to find time to sit down and do that. Not a huge fan of doing that, but kinda need to, kind of want to, for the archiving purposes and stuff. Like Twitch made it harder now with limiting the highlight, you know, length available for you in the archives. Annoying. And then when return in September and stuff gonna be, we'll see. It's either gonna be like a bunch of IRLing, maybe some sort of like sabatonin, because I kind of don't think I will be able to do it when we're in Asia, like Thailand, Vietnam. Like there's gonna be like such quick like changes of countries that sabaton will be kind of like not even possible probably. Get new laptop now. I kind of decided to go like minimal, you know, minimal expenses. Sabaton probably, yeah, because September is also September usually, right? So maybe we'll try to min-max that one a little bit. Maybe. So I decided not to go with laptops. Like I either would need to get like, you know, a way better laptop than mine, right? And that will be like really expensive. I looked into it. Or I would need to get like a second weak laptop and use the 2 PC setup for streaming, but that's also gonna be kind of expensive. Gonna sell the PC. I left the PC in Armenia for now, and when I return, I'm gonna still do on 2 PC setup, and then I'm gonna, when we're leaving, I'm just gonna like store the PC. Like my like, well, I mean, we have friends who stay there. I'm probably gonna leave it with one of the friends. Maybe I'll sell to one of the friends. Like there's one guy who wants to buy his laptop, like his the batteries, you know, like all already like near exploding or something, you know, like the battery just bloated to the point that like broke through the case of the laptop. Like, and he works on that shit and he has nothing else, so he kind of wants to buy, but he also right now doesn't have money, so hopefully he has some time to earn that money before we leave, and then I'm just gonna sell it to him, and that would be perfect. But laptop and stuff, I don't think I'm gonna be buying a second one. I was thinking about like the super mini PC, but there are some other also kind of like downsides on that. So I think I'm just gonna try like super minimal setup. Like right now, basically all the setup is in backpack. I can just put it on the back, which I did, like literally, right? Just went to my mom's place, you know, opened the backpack, whoop whoop whoop. There you go. I can stream. Then put back it all back. Now I'm here again, you know. That's it. Just backpack and like the tripod like case thingy. That's it. Get a Steam Deck. I was thinking about it actually. Like technically that would work. The ORP, yeah, they still kind of. It's just they're a little too bulky still. Like it's the smallest. Well, not smallest. Okay, you can go even smaller, right? But it's like smallest reasonable one, so you can plug. Well, in my case, 2080 or at least like the 4070 you can fit in. Going even smaller will be kind of hard, and that shit is still like over 10 kilos. And you know, like right now when you like once half a year you travel with that like amount of suitcases, that's kind of all right, tolerable. And because I have a friend also, right, who can like, I basically have 3 suitcases of mine, so I just offset one to him and pay for it obviously. But like, you know, maybe like our plans will change, you know, roads will split or something, and like timings will be different, like I go first or he goes first, you know. I can't carry 3 suitcases on my own already. And when you need to travel also kind of every like month or two to different place. Hey Ultron, hello. How you doing, man? Then like running around with all those suitcases is not fun. So I kind of want to cut it even more. I brought like a whole bunch of stuff that I will leave here, which should be cool for when I return and get my proper setup back again. Like my dank microphone will stay here. I got fucking streaming pedals from Elgato that they gifted me for, you know, like raising money for charity. They're gonna stay here too. I have my like the kitchen setup with 2 camera switch, right? I'm gonna leave that device here too. I was taking it with me before. I'm gonna cut on some like papers probably, because I was taking everything. Like when I was leaving, I didn't know what's gonna be. I thought like maybe I will never return, dude. I just took all the papers and everything, like a whole package, you know, like my diplomas, all that stuff. So like, you know, maybe I'll stay somewhere else forever. Then I realized no one fucking needs you anyway, so no point carrying those papers with me then. So I'm gonna drop a bunch of that here too, unless except for like the necessary papers. And yeah, and then basically kind of cut all the space and weight that I carry with me for Asia especially. And my friend also got like this like permanent apartment sort of. He's just like gonna be renting like really cheap apartment in Armenia, so he can have registration there to keep his right of abode, like his paper that he can like. He's kind of like going towards becoming Armenian. So he's gonna keep that apartment. It's really cheap, but it's an apartment, it has space, so we're gonna just like put what we don't need, like all the winter clothes and stuff, for example, we're gonna leave there when leaving to Asia. So when we return, well, I mean, they're still there. So yeah, gonna be convenient that way. And I'm probably just gonna return to that place again next summer. And then next summer I again can visit here, for example, for like all the birthdays and stuff. It's nice to meet with all the people. Feels good, feels very good, huh? Yeah, just the photos of that stuff, and if, you know, if something, I mean, you will need them, right? Because you're gonna send digital stuff first, right? And if they're gonna be like, oh, yo, bro, come here, we're taking you, then you already can, you know, just visit here, get the originals and go. If it's like some like job of your dream or something. Doubt it though, doubt it. But you never know, you never know. You never know. I kinda like, not sure. I'm nowadays I kind of more about, you know, like returning and like hoping that everything will return to normal. That would be nice. That would be nice. It's, for example, yesterday was actually quite interesting experience, you know, when there's like in the distance there's like, you know, like a boom, and then on the shells something is like shaking. You know, interesting experience, I guess. Interesting experience, I guess. But we were at the summer house. If we would be in the city, the boom and everything was way danger there. Like in my parents' apartment, there is also like such views that I probably will have a chance to witness, you know, the whole shebang there with, you know, like the entire missiles and stuff like that, and the drones flying. Can't say it's, you know, the views you want to see. So it would be nice to have that stuff back to normal. Back to normal. But for now, traveling still. Still seeing places, eh? Well, there is an opportunity. Well, there is an opportunity. Alright, so... yeah, let's get some raiding going. So yeah, tomorrow, RPG Monday, we go in with more KCDN. More KCDN, more side and main question. DLCing, not all the DLC stuff is done yet. So yeah, it's gonna be more. Let's go. Let's get Trize some Redu then. Feels good, huh? Sure. Whoop. There we go. So yeah. Gonna be back tomorrow. Tomorrow 9 AM CEST. We playing all the KCDN. Tuesday I will be live. Wednesday I will be off. Gonna go actually meet with friends finally. Like all last week, half the week that I'm here, I was like with relatives basically. Wednesday gonna be time to go meet with friends. Gonna be in the train ride for me now from here, but whatever. So that is good. And probably either Saturday or Sunday probably gonna be off. Actually, Wednesday or Thursday depends on my friends, because you know now it's not on me, which is nice when you travel, like especially alone. I guess all the plans, everything is you. Now I can only suggest, and then I need to correct, you know, depending on the plan. So Wednesday or Thursday, and then Saturday or Sunday, depends when we're gonna be gathering with like all the group of friends already. So gonna be a couple day offs, but other than that, other days gonna be all good. And yeah, next week there's gonna be probably also like end of this week and next week gonna be like different place. There may be probably some cat appearances on cam and everything. Gonna be nice. Gonna be nice. But yeah, for now I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for all the support, subs, resubs, followers, donuts. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. CST. Love you all. Bye bye.